Hello. So I'm back in the Polytunnel, and it's been raining all day, so I've just got soaking wet, and I've got feeding the melons and cucumbers in here, and thought I'd show you my melons because I did promise, and they live up to expectations, I'll tell you that. And I'm so pleased with them. I've got two varieties going on here. I've got Malaga, which I've never grown before, which I will again. They are absolutely super, and it's been, well, it's just it's I wouldn't say prolific, but I've had so far two huge melons, sort of shop size melons, from each plant, and I've got 1, 2, 3 plants of those, and then I've got a melon I've grown before, which I can't remember the name of, but it's like a cantaloupe, and it's very nice, but they're quite small when they're ready, which is lovely, which for the two of us it's been lovely. The other ones are too big to eat in one go for just two of you, so it's really great. So here we go. So I'm going to show you the melons. Melons are growing in a reusable bag. I've had these 3 years now and they're still doing well, and there we go. So it's coming up to about 4 foot with the plant itself. There's 2 here, which I think is probably too much for one grow bag. Having said that, you can see on here the melons I've got. So this is like, I'd say cantaloupe, yeah, type. They're orange inside, quite perfumed, quite a firm flesh when they're just ripe, and they probably won't get much bigger, might get possibly half the size again. Well, that's what they did last year, so I'm just hoping that's what I'm going to get on here. So I'm very pleased with that. We've had lots and lots of flowers. This one's not doing so well. I can't actually find any melons on it apart from this one here. It's just not, I think they're just not pollinated. We've had so few pollinators, and particularly coming in here, they've just not been there. Oh, I've just seen one. There we go. There we go. I'll just show you this one. Now there it is, peeping out down there. That will go a little bit more orangey coloured, and then when it drops off, it's ready. So yes, I will take that back, plant. You are doing lovely. So thank you. It's not huge at the moment. There we go. But it's still hanging in there. You're supposed to be able to tell if they're ripe by the little, these little bits. Can't see it, here we are, it's at the top here. These little leaders, little things that hang on, once they go brown, they're supposed to be ready for picking. I tend to go by smell, colour, and if they feel a little bit soft. So this is the Malaga, and I sowed these in about March, and we've had 3 off of these so far. Well, the first one came off of this one. It was huge. It was about the size of a small football, and you can see the size of this one. Again, it's going to be a biggie, and this has just been magnificent. This one here, I'm not sure, I think this is coming. I fully intended to hang these up to support them, and I might yet when we come to this. I can't actually work out which plant this belongs to. I think this is the plant on my left. And you see, it's sort of, I'm just worried about that breaking. So I might sort of do a little hammock with some old-fashioned face masks and hang them from the crop bars at the top. And then just support it. So moving on, stop me if you think I'm being boring, but I'm just in love with them. With AC, it's got another little one behind it as well, and this is what happens. They become distorted So if I put it in its little hammock, it'll do better. They caught me unawares, to be honest. And here we are. We've got another one here. This will be number 4. This won't be long. And this is what happens, is these dry off. You see this? That dries off, which it's doing. Yeah, it's starting to die back. This drops off here, and then it's ready. So this isn't soft at the top yet. I can smell it, but it's quite perfumed anyway. Yeah, and so there we go. And we've got some more coming on here. Another one. And then there's another one. Here we go, there's another one. So yeah, we've just got to tie them up, I think. So give them some support. So what do I do with them to get them like this? Well, first of all, I often will hand pollinate. I'll be honest, I haven't done so much this year, though I think I should have done. Well, perhaps not actually with what I'm getting, because at least it's livable with. I try and keep them to about 4 melons per plant, to be absolutely honest, so that it's not too much strain. Otherwise, they're trying to produce more than they can easily. I feed them once a week, generally, once a week to 7 to 10 days, and usually it's seaweed. So I use a seaweed. I like the maxi crop one best of all. Otherwise I'll use Doff. Cheaper, but I don't think it's any difference, to be honest. But I, you know, if I'm feeling wealthy, I'll use the maxi crop on them. And really just trim them back to try and keep them controlled, because they will just take over the polytunnel. As a laugh, I'll show you here, isn't a melon, but it's actually, I believe it's a pumpkin, and it's self-seeded in here for whatever reason. I think it's probably because I stored some in here last winter. Unfortunately, it's not producing anything. So I told it today, unless it actually produces something, it's not going to stay, because it's just taking over the bench, really. So yeah, just for a laugh. But otherwise, yeah, that's all I do with them. And of course it's constant. I keep the temperature as constant as I possibly can. I open the doors both ends if it's really hot. Water every day, quite a lot of water. Don't let them dry out. That's it, really. I've never thought I could grow melons, certainly not in England anyway, and I'm just really pleased with myself. This is the 3rd year, but this is probably the most successful year, so I'm very pleased with that. So yeah, as I said, just for a laugh, this is the pumpkin growing underneath the bench, and it's huge, and I have to cut it back every day. But I will see if I might self-pollinate. I might hand pollinate, sorry. I will try and hand pollinate these, and to see if I can get anything. Hopefully I can. You know, it would just be quite a laugh, really, wouldn't it, to have one in here. So that's it. So there we go, me and my melons. And I'm going to add another couple of photos of the ones we've eaten previously. And hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, I have to say, I've just impressed myself. This is one of the biggest melons, as you can see the size of it here, I've ever produced. The variety is Malaga. It smells absolutely gorgeous. I wish you could smell it. The colour is amazing. It looks better actually in real life than it does here. And I'm just so pleased with it.